now that you have seen how do we program cookies, how do we create cookies and send cookies back, and how do we retrieve cookies from the request in Java Servlet. So let's do a summary here. So basically, the browser will start a session by sending the very first request. The very first request is no cookie at all to our server. So let's say our cookies demo one receives this request and creates a cookie and send it back to the browser using response.addCookie. And the cookie is msg equal to hello world. Then all the subsequent requests from the browser will attach that cookie along with the request. Okay, so if cookie demo one create 5 cookies and send them back to the browser, then the next request will have all the 5 cookies with the request. Okay, now remember, the browser will only send the cookie to the server that created those cookies. Okay, so the cookie created by Amazon.com will never be sent to Google.com. Okay. So let's talk about the disadvantages or shortcomings of cookie. Number one, you can only store text in cookie. You cannot store audio, video, pictures, and other medium types. Number two, if the client side disables browser cookie, then this technology is useless, of course. So my browser is refusing all the cookies, even though you've sent something to me, I refuse to store it, then it's useless. Okay, so if you're using cookie, make sure your web application tells the client to enable a cookie, which is by default by most browsers. Number three is there is a limit on the size of the data that you can store in a cookie. It really varies among different browsers. I think for Chrome is for per cookie is 4 KB maximum, and also there is also a maximum number of cookies that one browser will receive from one domain. I think it's 60 or 80, something like that. Number four, cookies are not safe since they are stored on the client side. Everything stored on the client side is not safe because if your laptop get hacked, then the hacker have access to all the contents you stored in the cookie. Now, things stored on the server side is considered to be relatively safe, right? It's not absolute safe, but it's relatively safe. So we prefer to store things on the server side, not the client side. So my recommendation here is you only store something that is not confidential or not sensitive in cookies. For example, like shopping cart or language preference, theme preference, layout preference, or number of the links I clicked on this website. Okay, just ask yourself one question: is before you save something in the cookie, ask yourself if this cookie gets deleted by the client side or gets stolen, will this cause a serious problem? Okay, ask yourself that. So the rule of thumb is save something that's not very important in the cookies. The last one is privacy issues. Is cookies enable web browsers keep track of all your activities. Okay, and also there are a lot of third party can access information stored by those cookies. So let me show you one example. Here is Amazon, right? And we can check all the cookies Amazon sent to us as gift. So we can click this lock here, as you can see, OMG, right? Amazon sent almost 70 cookies to me. So if I press cookies, you can see that those cookies are from different domains. That's very weird. I get it if the cookie is from Amazon.com or www.amazon.com or something with Amazon, but why I got cookies from 1rx.io, advertisement nxs.com, advertisement vr.com, or doubleclick.net, openx.net, and even Twitter. Okay, even get cookies from Twitter. That is because even though I'm accessing this Amazon.com, but Amazon.com has embedded pictures, links, advertisements from other website. So that is equivalent that I'm accessing all those websites at once. So all the other websites, they plant or they send cookies to me. So if I click something on Amazon, Twitter knows, Yahoo knows, Facebook knows, okay? Or all other advertisement platforms knows what I clicked on Amazon. That explains why if you click something on Amazon, you go to Facebook, the same product or similar product will also show up. But you also ask yourself, hey, does Amazon work with Facebook? Yes, they do, right? They're not sharing cookies, but they allow Facebook or Twitter to put a link on my current website. So when I access Amazon, it's equivalent to access Facebook or Twitter. That's what happened. So that's why last Friday I talked about there is a regulation called GDPR. It's called General Data Protection Regulation. Now remember, if you go to a new website and then there's a banner here, pops up in the footer, right? It says, hey, do you accept cookies? So this regulation makes sure that every website has to let their user know what they're going to do with the cookie, who have access to them, and how are they going to use the information. Okay, so GDPR, just make sure you know this. All right, so here are the disadvantages of cookie. Then how do we overcome this, especially this one? Right? Cookie are not safe because information are stored on the client side. Now, this naturally leads us to the alternative. Why not we save stuff on the server side? Okay, so another way to implement session tracking, this is the first way, is cookie. Second way is to create sessions with unique session ID for every user in Java Servlet. So do you remember Tomcat will automatically create a cookie called JSessionID? That session ID helps a request find a session that's saved on the server side. Okay, so in the next video, we're going to talk about sessions.